for taxi, takeoff, and landings.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're good. Maneuvering, you're fine.
All right. So this is good speed?
It's kind of slow. Yeah, kind of slow. You're looking for about 20 inches and 2,500 RPM.
20, 25. Yep. Good on that. So we're doing turn to the right?
Yep. When you're ready. 120, let the airspeed build up, be nice and trimmed. Much easier to start the maneuver when everything is where it's supposed to be.
All right. Go turn to the right. So we go to that mark there?
Yep.
Okay.
Private pilot, 45 degrees of bank. Look outside, put the nose of the aircraft right on the horizon. Very nice. Right rudder is necessary to maintain coordinated flight. And opposite aileron, because you got that overbanking tendencies when you get steep. One to the left when you're ready.
Yeah, how we doing with the speed? That's good, that's good. A bit trim. And one to the left. Left is clear. Rolling there. To 7. That looks good.
What do you think? When did we start? At 25 or 27?
The second one I started at 27. The first one I started at 25.
25. Okay, fair enough.
So I think I kept it a little.
It felt like on the rollout you ended up, gaining a little bit of altitude, but it was okay. You just kind of get the feel for the airplane.
Yep.
Yep. Want to do it one more time? It's good.
Sure. No, we can do
one more. It's up to you, kind of. We can tweak it up a little, make it better. Just giving you a heads up, the practical test standards for private is plus or minus 100 feet, plus or minus 5 degrees on the angle of bank, plus or minus 10 miles an hour in the airspeed.
Yep.
I think it's actually 10 knots, but this is at miles an hour, so, imagine about, 12 miles an hour, plus or minus 12, so a little bit more cushion there.
Okay.
And the rollout on the shoreline, plus or minus 10 degrees.
Okay.
That's it. Your discretion, left, right, left. You know what? Let's go back to the west so we don't have to get too far.
We doing the right turn?
No, we're getting kind of drifted east. Let's go back to the west towards Captree, and that will be a good checkpoint for you.
Okay.
So you can roll out right on that checkpoint.
Where's Captree Bridge? Can you see that?
Captree, way out there. Yeah, you see that cap? Kind of far, but as you're heading further west, you'll be able to see it.
Okay.
That's the reason why I didn't want to get too
too far away.
Too far out. Because if we're going to do a couple of more steep turns to the east, you're going to end up in East Hampton. Beautiful. You want to do it at 3,000?
Yeah, let's try that 3,000.
And November 1, when we might go, we're going to be up at 3,000 here on the inner shoreline.
Right.
It doesn't look like there's too much traffic out there when it's so windy.
Nah, there's nothing going on here.
Quiet.
Alright. So 25. more power on that. Looks good. We are trying to stay at the 3,000.
3,000, ATC approved.
And we're going to do a turn to the left first.
Alrighty.
Left is clear.
A bit of altitude loss.
Yeah, 150.
Something to help you on the steep turn, as you're rolling through 30 degrees angle bank, get on the throttle and add about 2-3 inches. It will help you with losing, it will help you maintain your altitude or help you preventing altitude loss. Let's put it this way.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, clear to the right.
Clear on the right. ATC says not much traffic out here. Not bad. Help with the throttle, right?
Yep.
All right, this is just going to be a simulation, okay? Nothing to be concerned about. Going to simulate an engine failure, okay? All right, you just had an engine failure.
Okay. So first we're trimming.
Trim for what?
For, what is it? About 90?
About 80 miles an hour. You got your checklist there? Okay. That'll be really helpful if you keep an eye on it. Best glide at gross weight is 80 miles an hour. So let's go ahead and trim for 80.
Oh, that sounds about right.
I'm just going to keep the throttle in there just a little bit.
Okay.
So we don't have to shock cool the engine below temperature. So best glide,
Bravo to center maintain
trim for best glide. What else?
Looking out for where's a good place to land. We know where the wind is coming from.
Bravo, when you can, just change to my frequency 120.05.
So we probably pick in a wide area. I would say that there's down there. That's a nice area to land.
What about the airport up to your right?
Do you see airport?
Yeah.
Just a 1 Romeo Mike, how much further north are you going?
As a matter of fact, we just wondering if we can get clearance to MacArthur. You think we'll get clearance for landing?
Sure. Do you have Alpha?
We'll pick it up.
Okay, how about you turn left, heading 060, whenever you can proceed inbound for the left downwind.
Okay, 060 on the heading, proceed for the left downwind, 1 Romeo Mike.
Runway 24 today, altimeter is 2959.
2959, 1 Romeo Mike.
And New York, bearing
59 on the altimeter.
Bravo, descending out of 3,700 for 3,000 on
Let's keep it tight, keep it tight, keep it tight. 060.
Thank you, sir, appreciate that.
And you have no throttle yet. Now,
Okay.
yeah, we're still simulating.
Okay.
Let's get that 060. Let's see what the wind's doing to us now. Let's see how quickly we're going to get out there at best glide. Pitch back up to best glide. Go. Look at the wind is doing. This is 120. Go another 60 degrees. You got to reset that every 3-4 minutes. We may be able to make that field if we declare an emergency.
Okay.
And go directly to the airport. See how? Look at your ground speed. What's your ground speed now?
Ground speed's 120.
120. What's your altitude?
About 16.
16. You're about 2 miles from the airport.
Yep.
It's very doable.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
We're going to terminate the emergency approach and landing. But the key is to get to the airport. Even if you have to crash land it, you're always better off on the airport with no obstacles, no trees, no power lines, no houses, no cars.
You pick up Alpha? It's not, I can read it to you.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and read it. We still focus on the pre-landing checklist here.
No problem. Wind is 23018, gust 25, visibility 10, ceilings 3,400 broken, temperature 2, dew point -7.
Got the weather. 1 runway Mike, looks like it's straight down the runway. We'll take runway 24 and we're left downwind runway 24.
Sounds good, Cessna 1 runway Mike. Contact the tower 119.3. We'll see you.
Hey, 19.3. Thanks for your help. 1 runway Mike. Okay, 19.3. And pattern altitude here is 1,000. So let's go ahead and do your pre-landing checklist. And get back on the throttle. We're terminating the engine failure, and we're going on a left traffic 24. Flying on tower, November 1, runway Michael, left downwind, runway 24. Okay, so
1 runway Michael, long on tower, good afternoon, winds 240 at 17, gust 29er, runway 24, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 24, any chance for the option, just in case the wind is too much for us?
Mike, runway 24, clear for the option. Previous arrival, Boeing 77 reported gain of loss 5 knots, and light chop on final. Braking action is good. Additionally, the Twin Cessna reported gain of loss of 10 knots below 1,200 feet.
Copy that. We got the pilot report clear for the option, runway 24, 1 runway Mike. All right, let's go ahead and work for 90 miles an hour, 2 notches of flaps. And you got gain and loss of 10 knots from a Twin Cessna and a Boeing 737 Southwest at ±5. Looking for 90 miles an hour in the downwind, and when you turn base, you're looking for about 80. Go ahead and throttle back to about 15 inches and turn your base. And anticipate that as you're turning your base leg, the 29 knot gust is going to drift you way outside of your traffic pattern, so you want to crab. You may need as much as a 40-degree crab to the left to maintain your ground track because of the wind. And we're going to work on 80 miles an hour. So what I would like you to do is maintain a stabilized approach at 80 miles an hour all the way down to your touchdown zone. And you're clear for the option, runway 24. I want to see 2 reds and 2 whites all the way to touchdown zone, nice and trimmed, 80 miles an hour, 20 degrees of flaps. Anticipate ±5 or ±10 on the approach. Keep your feet on the bottom of the pedal.
At 16, gust 28.
Keep your feet on the bottom of the pedals. No brakes are required unless we slow down. And I'll get on the brakes and slow you down. Final check, you want to have mixture rich, full RPM, and look for 80 miles an hour. You don't want to come in too fast, because when you're coming in too fast, remember, you end up bouncing.
Yeah.
Don't want that. Wind is a little bit from the left. Alright, left aileron, right rudder, left aileron. There you go, hold it there, not too much, throttle back a little bit. There's a little gust, bouncy a little bit. Okay, go around, too bouncy, go around, full power. Alright. Don't get rid of the flaps until you establish, one William Mike on the go, until you establish,
Mike, roger, same intention.
I'd like to give it another shot, one William Mike.
Mike, roger, left or right traffic, your discretion.
We'll stay with left traffic, one William Mike. I noticed on the go-around, you reach for the flaps and retracted them, 25 square?
Okay.
25 square. I don't know where you got that habit.
Okay.
But you have to get rid of it right away.
Okay.
We're light, so it's not an issue. But when you 1,000 feet, let's go ahead and turn to your crosswind, and it's going to be left traffic. When you bounce like that and it gets out of control, all you have to do is add full power. You're already at the 20 degrees of flaps, which is set up for a go-around.
Yeah.
So all you have to do is add full power and pitch up and anticipate right rudder because of the P factor. So
yeah.
Full power, pitch up, right rudder, and she'll go right up there. What's your altitude? 1,000 feet. Throttle back. Everything okay? You look a little nervous. You good?
I'm good.
Excellent. Get back to pad and altitude.
Mike, winch 23017, gust 30, runway 24, clear for the option.
24, clear for the option. Hold on, Mike. Okay, so 1,000 feet, a little too tight, get a little bit wider. So all I want you to do on the go-around is full power, pitch up, right rudder. Don't worry about the flaps.
Okay.
After you get nice climb rate and safe altitude and safe airspeed at VY, you can go ahead and retract the flaps to 0 and retrim. Okay. But initially it's full power, pitch up, and right rudder. Okay. All right, let's give it another shot. You really have to finesse it, okay? It's windy, it's gusty, it's a tail aircraft, you know, it's too lethal combination here, too much going on, right? When you're ready. Let's turn base, don't get too far. And get with the flaps, 2 notches of flaps, 10 degrees on the downwind, and base is 20. I'll try to help you a little bit on the controls on the first one, all right? Now, if you have 40 degrees of flaps, what do you do for the go-around?
I just retracting 20 degrees.
And beautiful, 2 notches back, all right? So, on a 40-degree short field approach and landing with flaps at 40, you want to do full power, pitch up, right rudder, 20 degrees. Then establish that climb rate, safe altitude, retract the rest of the flaps. No rush on the flaps to 0. Yep, we're good. 2 reds, 2 whites, all the way down. Let go of the controls. Yep. Nice and trim. Let go. A little bit more back trim. A little bit more back trim. There you go. very unique conditions today, huh?
Yep.
That's very, that's not very common, you know. Beautiful, finesse it. A little bit left aileron, right rudder, hold it. See all these bumps, go around, way off, go around, full power. There you go. Get that positive climb, and get that pitch back down. And we're gonna get those flaps when you're getting up to about 100. Come on, your mic, Sonica. You're going to be at 1,000.
Roger, intentions?
I'd like to give it another shot. One more, me, Mike.
Roger, you can continue left traffic.
Left traffic, one more, me, Mike.
And the one on Mike, crosswind your discretion, number 1, winds 24029, or runway 24, code 1. Correction, clear for the option.
Clear for the option 24, one more, me, Mike. This one, your sync rate was very excessive. I'm going to follow you on the controls so you can kind of feel what it takes. Let's go crosswind. And let's throttle back to about 16 or 17 or so we can slow the airplane down to put the flaps. And on the downwind, you're going to put 1 notch. On the base, you're going to put the 2nd notch. Okay. Back trim, back to dependent altitude, and 2 notch to the flap, or 1, and then on the base you can put the 2nd one. It's up to you. And turn base, you don't want to get too far. And throttle back for a descent, coming down for landing. Prepare for the option 24. Throttle back, 80 miles an hour.
240 at 22, gust 36.
Winds are 240 at 22, gusting at 36. Ouch. That's Alaska flying right there. Your approach is beautiful, nice and stabilized. Watch that sync rate, watch that gust, power back up. Watch, you see if you hear the stall horn, that's too slow. Yeah, you don't want to have a stall horn. Center line.
Yeah, Long Island Tower, good afternoon, Suffolk PD2.
I'm going to be with you on the controls.
PD2 with Alpha for
Alright, throttle back a little bit.
South, we're going to be just outside your
Hold it right
surface
there.
area down there by Sable.
Throttle back, a little bit more throttle back.
Taxi out to the whiskey pad, power reaching winds 220 at 23, gust 36. Whiskey pad, clear for takeoff, fly heading 240 right now.
Cliff takeoff on 240. PD2.
Back on the thing. Tends to be bouncy when you're getting those gusts.
Tower, if you want to hold here on the whiskey to let up when traffic's clear.
PD2, roger, you pass behind that traffic and south departure is approved.
PD2.
And one more, me and Mike's on the go.
Hold on, Mike, roger, stay in touch.
One more intention, one more, me and Mike.
Long Island Tower, Southwest 2280 on the left base for 24.
2280, Long Island Tower, good afternoon, winds 23017, gust 36, runway 24, clear to land, previous arrival, company report.
I think what's happening at 17, and then we're getting that gust, and then the airplane wants to come back up.
On Southwest 2280.
Throttle back. Give it another shot.
And the white.
Light arc. One notch. One more, me and Mike's on left LN. Runway 24.
And PD2, just remain out of below 600 feet, please.
PD2 out of below 6.
One moment, Mike, make right 360.
Right 360, one more, me and Mike. Right 360. Guess he needs more room for that police helicopter.
11 o'clock, about 2 miles east, that's on the left.